Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're getting through it, and if you're not doing great, I hope we can get through the rest of the day, the week, the month, the year, and next together. I'm here today courtesy of Sweetwater to check out some of these smaller enclosure Pigtronix pedals. This isn't the whole lineup, there are quite a lot. But these are the ones I was most interested in playing. I previously did a Space Rip video. You can check that out on the channel as well. But these are the ones I wanted to focus on today, especially since that already got its own video. We have the Octava, that's an octave up pedal with fuzz, optional fuzz you can engage right there. The Moon Pool, which is a tremolo and phaser that they're dynamic. They speed up or slow down depending on your input level. Next we have Philosopher's Tone Micro. That's a compressor pedal, nice and quiet, followed by the Gamma Drive. That's a drive pedal, and the Constellator Delay. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the Octava, and I don't really know what order I'm going to go in. So obviously I don't have any blend. This blend is the octave up, so we add octave up to our signal. We have volume, we have a low pass filter, and we have drive. So let's go ahead and start blending in that octave up. It adds so much harmonic richness to have that octave up. I'm going to play with the filter. This can add a lot of character to riffs and solos. I like that up, and let's start adding some drive. Down some. That is an interesting thing in this pedal. If there are two notes that are kind of close together, it sounds fine, but if I do the F sharp and the A flat on different strings, it's not a terrible sound, but it's not as clean as versus. Just to hear how that would sound without that. So let's turn the drive back down and turn the fuzz on. That just sounds huge for such a small pedal. Really impressive. That can add just this new layer of depth, richness, and coolness to riffs and solos. I think it sounds pretty good on chords. The only chords I had trouble with were like almost nearly octave, kind of higher up things. So that interval just doesn't sound like great to me. But you can decide, and you can adjust your playing to fit with this a little bit better, if you need to. Alright, next we have the Moon Pool. This might be my favorite of them. I am a sucker for tremolo. Let's talk about the controls. We have the phaser speed, because remember it's a phaser and a tremolo. The tremolo speed, the overall depth, that controls both, and then the sensitivity. So you can select tremolo, phaser, or have them both going. And you can set it to just be constant. That's toggle in the middle on either side. You can have the rate decrease with more input. That means it will speed up as you play, as you let a note ring out, rather. Or the kind of more traditional, but still kind of rare thing you find in tremolo pedal, which is where it will slow down as you let the note ring out. So I have tremolo going right now. Let's start it at constant. Let's make it slow down as the note rings out. And let's have it speed up. I feel like it's speeding up is a little less apparent, so what I like to do is if I'm having it speed up, I set the rate kind of high. Yeah, I like that. Let's try it with the phaser. Start with that speed in the middle, and just constant phaser. And I just really like how that phaser sounds too. Alright, let's have it slow down or speed up with input. It's kind of hard to describe, but I think both are pretty much more apparent when the rate's higher. And now we'll have it speed up, so it's decreased with more input. And let's combine them. Let's have the tremolo slow down and the phaser speed up. Now, since the moon pool relies on sensitivity, which you can adjust right there, though I didn't, I liked where I set it, I would recommend putting it closer to the front of the board or before things that can compress a lot if you're going to use them together, like the Gamma Drive or like the Philosopher's Tone, and even a little bit like the Octava. Like... Alright, so there you go. That was the moon pool. Let's take a gander at the Philosopher's Tone. It's pretty simply put a compressor. You have volume, you have treble, and let me look that up. I think that's 2000 hertz. So the frequency of the treble, that is 2000 hertz. That's 2 kilohertz. And you can boost or cut or just leave it in the middle. You have blend and you also have sustain. Sustain, increasing it will make noise. Blend, not so much, so. Yeah. So it's a compressor. I think it sounds really good. You can turn it up all the way for country or for funky stuff. Turn it down a little bit, make it a little bit more subtle. Just squishes everything together nicely. You can pair it with the Gamma Drive. Like, I didn't really adjust the treble on that. I like how the EQ sounded, but let me just do that really quickly. So if you like it a little bit brighter or darker, you can do that there. All right, let's look at the Gamma Drive. We have volume, gain, bass, and I believe that's a cut or boost at 80 hertz, and treble, which I think might be 1.2. Let me take a look just so I'm not lying to you. Nope, that's also 2 kilohertz, so 2000 hertz there. I'm glad I looked. Obviously, I still have the compressor on, but so you can hear the difference. Obviously, a lot squishier, a little quieter. You're controlling the input going into it, but I bet if I turn up the volume on that compressor, it starts driving the drive more, so. I've done that better. Last but not least, we have the Constellator delay. Let's take a look at the controls. We have time, mix, repeats, that's the number of repeats, aka feedback, and an optional modulation, which I will turn down for now. There are actually two types of modulation. You can toggle between them with the feel button. All right, let's see how wet it gets. About 50%. Let's see how many let's see how slow the time gets. I think it gets really slow. It's pretty slowish. Ooh, turn on the repeats. That's a bit of a slapback. That's a bit of a slapback. All right, let's get back into weird. Did I mention these are all analog? Gets into self-oscillation. Oof. That's a nice analog delay. Alright. Let's get into modulation. So that's a bit of a vibrato right now. If we push the button in, it's more like a chorus. Let's make it a little subtler. I definitely prefer the chorus. Hey, that's the magic. I think I really like the moon pool, like just in general, but I especially like having the tremolo speed up. Like that as like the dying breath of a song, I think would be really cool, especially maybe with some fuzz. Maybe not. I don't know. The Octava is definitely the weird one. That's one. The Octava is definitely the one that you will need to kind of finesse in your rig. Most octave pedals I have found tend to sound better toward the front, and that's kind of the issue is like when you're looking at pedals, it's like you got a lot of stuff that wants to be toward the front of the signal chain. The octaves work better toward the front of the signal chain. Anything involving sensitivity works better at the top of the signal chain. So these have to kind of go there. And then a lot of people, like, I was debating whether to put the Philosopher's Tone before or after the Gamma Drive. I often use compressors before drives to get this consistency, but it's kind of fun to have them after. But it's kind of fun to have them after as well. As for my overall take on these pedals, if I had to rate them, I would put the Moon Pool at the top. And this, again, if I had to rate them just from my personal taste, Moon Pool's at the top. It's a wonderfully weird pedal. I kind of think everyone should buy it. Next, I put the Philosopher's Tone because it's just a really solid compressor. It's very quiet. It gets the job done. It's not going to take up too much real estate. After that, I'm kind of... it gets a lot harder. I don't think I would use the Octava a lot, but I think it sounds really, really cool. I almost said a bad word. The Gamma Drive, it's a nice drive. It can do anything from like low gain to much higher gain, which I really like that it has that range. I played a lot of overdrives lately and I feel like they just don't have a ton of range, but I like that kind of barely not clean sound very much. The Constellator, I love it. How am I going to pick? So I feel like Moonpool at number 1. I think everyone should have it. Philosopher's Tone, if you're looking for a compressor that's small and gets the job done, I've said that many times now, it's hard to go wrong with that. The rest of them are kind of tied in my heart. If I'm thinking about what I'd actually use, I'd probably use the delay, the drive, and then the Octava. I would really happily put all of these on my board, and I wasn't expecting to come out of this video saying that. So again, big thanks to Sweetwater for sending these, and to Pigtronix and everyone at Bond Audio as well. I don't remember if I mentioned, I was playing my American Vintage 2 Jazz Master through the Benson Mixwave plugin. I'll have links to all of this stuff in the video description. They're affiliate links to Sweetwater. Please consider using them. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do get a small portion of that sale shared with me, and it really adds up. It helps to support this channel and all that I do, and I really appreciate that. So please like, comment, subscribe for more. Tell your friends about us. There's still time to drop a super chat or a tip in if you want to. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/getoffset. If you donate at $5 a month or above, you get access to our exclusive Discord server. We have merch at getoffsetpodcast.com/shop, and I think that's the whole spiel. So hang in there, keep going. We'll get through everything we need to get through together. I care about you all. So until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. My name is Emily. Goodbye.